Hey there, Gemini. It's me here, Krystal Clear. Happy to deliver July's message for you. So we're going to take a look at the energy coming into the month, and as you leave the month of July, first to begin the month, we have vegetarian. It says a new way of eating. It gives you more energy, greater health, clarity, stronger manifestation abilities. All right, Gemini. So while some of this may resonate with you as far as your eating habits and you're shifting your eating habits to eat a more purified diet so that you can see more clearly, maybe you have a focus with your work or your career or even just navigating your family life or your wellness and your health, where you need to just make some better choices with the things that you're feeding yourself physically. For some of you, you're going to need this card just the way it reads. For others, this isn't just about what you eat, although I'm sure we can all manage to eat better and drink better water and things like that. It's also about what you feed yourself around you. What are your thoughts that you're feeding yourself? Who are the people that you're talking with and their opinions are feeding you? If you follow social media, what are you following there? Does anybody watch TV anymore? If you watch TV, what are you feeding yourself there? What movies, what shows, what podcasts, what DJs? Who are the people that you're listening to feed you? And at the beginning of the month of July, I feel like there is a little bit of some motivation or inspiration to make some changes so that what you are feeding yourself physically, emotionally, mentally, even financially, like what you feed yourself, the opportunities that you're giving yourself, it needs some clearing, that there's some clearing happening. And that allows for you to get the job done. It allows for you to work clearer. It allows for you to work smarter. It allows for you to work more aligned. And I feel like by the end of the month, there will just be a clearing done. This is very big on clearing for Gemini. So let's see the end of the month. And we've got travel. It says an upcoming trip proves to be life-changing in positive ways. So yeah, it's like, yes, of course, again, this can absolutely be face value, and maybe there is some travel happening in July that helps you get like a fresh perspective. Like, whew, I traveled, I was able to leave my normal flow, and I was able to have, feed myself differently, even geographically, right? But for some of you, you're going to travel from this place and space of certain behaviors and habits into a newer version of yourself. And so you're traveling like the path of the old me to a newer version of self. So let's pull 4 tarot cards, one for each week of July. Starting off, we've got the Temperance card. And Temperance is all about things coming into balance, and it's all about timing. I do feel that this is proper time, Gemini, for you to take things into consideration. You can see there's like the sun and the moon, so you can take in the positives and the negatives to what you're feeding yourself at this time, mentally, physically, emotionally, geographically for some of you. And realize, take a look with your prioritizing eyes. What is working and what is not working? Even listen to yourself. Maybe you've been listening a lot to other people. Spirit's like, listen to yourself. Listen to your intuition. What is it telling you that needs to change? The Temperance card is very intuitive, but it is also about the long run and what we're doing for the long term. Sometimes we are afraid to think that long. Sometimes the future is scary for people. Being successful can sometimes be scary. But Spirit's like, what are you doing for the long run that's going to benefit you, that's going to grow you in this situation? To be mindful of that. Second week brings opportunity with the Ace of Pentacles, and that's that new way, right? The Vegetarian card coming into the month says a new way of blank. So a new way of being, a new way of eating, a new way of seeing, a new way of talking, a new way of working, a new way of traveling provides you opportunity to continue to grow. It's almost like just the beginning. Gemini, I feel like this is a just the beginning type of month for you where you're really stepping into this place of just starting a new cycle. And it does feel like some of you, for maybe a big group of you, this is going to be your physical well-being. And it takes time. It takes time to create new habits, to have stronger mental awareness, to have a stronger physical body. But setting a schedule, the Ace of Pentacles, set a schedule for yourself, Gemini, so that you can put it out there what needs to happen. Maybe you need to move a little bit more. So if you set a schedule and you try to abide by that schedule, it'll help you with the discipline that is needed. I do feel like for some of you that discipline is really needed, and it needs to be like visually. And I do feel like there needs to be physical movement, because that travel card is all about movement, regardless if you're traveling somewhere or you're just traveling old you to new you. There's movement that happens. But in order for movement to happen, we have to be disciplined with our steps. So this first 2 weeks, Spirit is encouraging you to look at what it is that you're doing, what it is that you could do, figure out where you can fit it in and make a schedule. 3rd week. Nice progress. With the King of Pentacles, to go from the Ace of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. First and foremost, I don't want to say like, make sure that you do not burn out your efforts this month, that make sure you're taking your time to ease yourself into it. That doesn't mean that you're like lackadaisical on your discipline. You can still be disciplined. But let's say, for example, you want to work out. Your ultimate goal is to work out 5 days a week. You're going to work out 5 days a week. Well, maybe instead of starting with 5 days a week consistently, you start off with 3 days a week consistently, or 2 days a week consistently, depending on how much you're doing now. But that you're breaking up your big goal into smaller goals so that you don't burn out. But the King of Pentacles is very strong in this process. So let's see what that last card brings. Yeah, okay. So no burnout. It looks like you have a good, you got the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. So you have not only a good setup, a good schedule, a good vision, but you also have a good vision. You also have a good perspective, and you're seeing the fruits of your labor. And I feel like that's why you're able to make such big shifts and some big changes to your life here in July, that like sets the foundation for the future months, because you're doing it and you're breaking it down and you have the right perspective. You're breaking it down into smaller goals to achieve your main goal. And that's the right perspective to have. And Spirit is encouraging that you're looking at things in the right way, in a way that allows for you to be successful, allows for you to be motivated, because that King of Pentacles, yeah, that's definitely all about success and achieving your goals. So let's pull our final 3 cards here for Spirit's advice. So we've got share your bounty, and there's that balancing again, the share your bounty. As you travel, as you go through this month, as you make these shifts, I feel like you have a little bit of a community that wants to learn from you. For some of you, this could be like your work community, to let them know like, yeah, I'm doing this new 30-day yoga challenge, right? For some of you. But sharing your bounty is like sharing your inspiration, that you're realizing like the bigger picture, that when you can set a goal for yourself and you can be disciplined in making it happen, and you don't have to have it all, but you just have to be disciplined in the smaller steps in between to make it happen, that shift really does come to you, and that you can find new ways of being, and that you can travel from here to there and to grow. With Share Your Bounty, I feel like that's a lot of about sharing your inspiration with people and your process and your journey so that they can also be motivated and inspired to make their changes. I feel like you do have a circle of influence around you, whether it be regarding your work or if you're an entrepreneur and you've got some sort of influencer, or even with your family, but to share your process. Okay, Gemini. We also have own your power. So to be, I don't want to say loud, but to just, it's okay for you to share what is working for you and how happy that makes you, and to share your journey, and other people will become inspired upon it instead of maybe feeling bad about your successes or shy about them. It's okay to give yourself some, like a round of applause or pat yourself on the back. And finally, we've got drink deeply. It's okay to take it in, to receive it, to receive this shift and this change. Gemini, you've worked hard for it. So next comes receiving the bounty. And as you receive the bounty, you're able to share it. So I'm hoping that this message resonates with you as needed, and that you have all the best blessings and love always, Gemini. Take care.